Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? Today we're going to be going over Dub's 420's defense, and I'm trying to cheer myself up. I had a bit of a bad day, and we grade on 5 different criteria, and one of those things is what kind of mood I'm in. It's who you're using, their placement power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood. And so we're going to jump right into team number 1. It's the Fantastic Four, which is not so fantastic anymore. I am really upset that She-Hulk did not make the A-Force because I have a 7 red She-Hulk team. I was so excited when I heard about A-Force because how could they possibly leave off the She-Hulk? They did. So anyway, She-Hulk stays on the Fantastic Four, but unfortunately this team, it's just old. Now, Dubs has a pretty sizable investment in this, and that's okay, but for those of you who are newer to the game, don't bother building this team. There's a little bit of value building Invisible Woman up, maybe for that one event. She can be used in some hybrids and stuff like that, but she's actually pretty slow these days compared to most of the rest of the entire game. She's just not that fast. 2 skirmishers, 2 strikers, that's the way I like it. And I did look over her kit, and I think that probably, let's see, skirmisher is probably going to be the way to go on She-Hulk. Would be a level 5 skirmisher for the focus boost because she tries to land an ability block on one of her opening moves. That's kind of important. So skirmisher is probably the way to go. However, like I said, this team is old. It's not worth investing in, and going level 5 anything on any of these tunes is probably not a good idea. So probably just go like, I don't know, Fortifier or Striker, maybe Raider, doesn't really matter. After that skirmisher pick, it's really not important. Anyway, Dubs did everything right here. Unfortunately, like I said, the team's old and he's not going to get a lot of use out of it, so it's a filler team for him. But hey, it's 745. At least they got to go into it with something pretty big. So good job. You get an A for that one. Team number 2 is a Doom, sort of Merc, sort of Uncanny. Wow, just throwing in a little bit of everything here, huh? Well, I did ask for Taskmaster hybrids, so that's what I get. Let's see, how's this going to play out? Okay, you might be able to early ability block Doom, but then Phoenix is just going to absorb it, so you would have to do some sort of a double ability block there. You're going to get some blinds from Taskmaster. Eventually, he's a little slow because he doesn't have any more mercs with him, but that might work out better because then the blinds will be closer to when Ghost prolongs them. A lot of different things happening here. You're getting some energy from Shuri that might go to Doom. That's a 1 in 4 chance. And then you've got 3 strikers and only 1 person putting out vulnerables. She's gonna die, and then the ISO isn't gonna matter, so maybe switch her over to like a level 1 skirmisher just to get some more vulnerables on the field. It's either that or change Doom to a Raider, and I don't notice the difference. I switched mine over to a Raider. I just don't notice any difference. I might actually just change him back to a striker, just so when I use him on offense, I can specifically do some things with him. This is kind of just a smelting pot of some pretty plug-and-play characters, really. I think you might be better off swapping out either Ghost for another Merc or Taskmaster for a Colossus to give you a little something else going on here. You're not doing anything too wrong, but I'm not excited by this mashup of characters. Too many strikers, not enough vulnerables on the field for them to work properly. I'm going to go with a B for this team. Web Warriors is what it is. You went healer on Scarlet Spider. I enjoy that, but I do recommend others to use the Raider. It's probably the most beneficial in the most places, but I like healer. I'm not going to dock him for that one. Striker on Miles is great. A for that team. Moving on. We have New Warriors minus Deathpool throwing in parts of the Brotherhood. I don't like this mashup at all. I think Deathpool should be on this team. I think you should... Yeah, see, you need Juggernaut for those blinds to pop off early. Otherwise, he's just throwing out blinds late. Or you can maybe throw in Chavez in here to speed up Cloak so he blinds people earlier or something. Like, what if we put Chavez in here in place of Dagger and moved Dagger over here and then added, I don't know, Juggernaut in place of Toad, right? Or maybe Deathpool in place of Toad. Then you'd get these 2 guys blinding a lot, speeding up. I don't know. It's kind of a hot mess. You just don't have any synergy between New Warriors and Brotherhood. And I don't know where your Deathpool is. Actually, I do because I previewed this. But I think Deathpool should probably be on this team. Also, Blob only has 2 Brotherhood people with him, so he's only retaliating like 50% of the time, I think. So Skirmisher is the best pick in my opinion, but it's not getting a lot of value. I think this should be a full Brotherhood 2.0 offensive team. Use them for those niche cleanup things and stuff like that. It'll be like your 14th attack team, something like that. The New Warriors, put them in with, I don't know, Surfer and Emma, unless you come up with something better. That Surfer Emma pick is pretty good with the New Warrior team. I'm going to go for a C for this. I don't see this stopping anything. I don't think it's that great. I mean, I guess you do have that early taunt coming off of Blob, which will give Cloak enough time to get going. And then he continues those blinds, I guess. The thing is you just come in with Zemo and clear the taunt and ability block Cloak and the whole team folds. It's like one tune kills this defense. Hopefully they don't notice that and you catch them off guard and get a DV with it. I don't think that's going to happen. Could work. I don't think it is. Dubs, get back to me and show me how your histories play out. Let me know if people are actually losing to this or not. I'm going to stick with a C for right now. Team number 5 is the Axemen. I personally prefer this on offense because those speed meta teams come in handy for a lot of situations, but they are kind of falling off on that offensive place. But the thing is that, you know, a 900 Black Order easily goes through this team, so it's not like it's a big threat either way. So I mean, how many offensive wins are you looking to pick up in a war? If it's 14, you might want to keep this on offense. Otherwise, it's pretty good. You do need to swap places with Jubilee and Kitty Pride. Get Kitty closer to Bishop because you want those two people in between Bishop. I personally prefer where Bishop is in the middle and then you've got Iceman and Kitty on either side. That's my favorite lineup, but this works also, but you do need to move Jubilee further away from Bishop. She's the important character that you're protecting. Good ISOs on defense. You can leave him as a healer. I think that in raids, he should be a skirmisher. I'm going to go with a B+ on this. That placement swap is the most important thing you need to do. Number 6 is the Coulson Surfer Inhumans kind of thing. I don't know if you're adjacent to security or insecurity, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you are. And that makes this team awesome because you've got these two people opening up early. Well, Yo-Yo goes early too. They trigger that defense down, which procs Kestrel and just annihilates, and then Black Bolt's there to clean up. You've also got the RNG coming from him, and then you've got vulnerables coming out of Coulson. Another pick for Coulson would be to make him a striker. He has rewind on his basic, and you could make Silver Surfer a raider. I like Silver Surfer as a raider in almost every situation, especially on defense. I think that's the way to go. Right now, you have 2 people putting out vulnerables and 3 people soaking them up. The thing is, Black Bolt is pretty slow, and so it's really more like a 2 and 2, so it's okay. I would like to see you switch Surfer to a Raider. I like that crit damage on his stuff. Also, I like Kestrel as a Raider too. I think it's kind of just a pretty powerful pick, and then that makes Coulson go as a striker and rewind some turn meter. Either way, this works as is. I'm gonna go ahead and give you an A. I'm tempted to say A-, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you an A, but I would like to see somebody switched over to a Raider on one of these 2 characters personally. All right, moving on. Team number 7. All right, this is where Deathpool is. I don't think Deathpool adds any value. She only gives energy on kills in raids. All she's doing is cleaning up some kills, so there is some extra damage output. You've got her in there as a skirmisher. You have 2 skirmishers, 1 striker, so even her skirmisher tag, it's kind of unnecessary. I want to see you move her to the New Warriors. What I'd like to see in her place is Captain America. Yes, got that right. Captain America in here. And what you'll do is you'll do like Sam, Captain America, and then you'll do Maria Hill, and then you'll do Doc Ock over here. So these 2, Maria Hill and Carter, will get the deflex. They'll be everybody's blocking on that team. You know, Captain America and Captain America Sam are both blocking naturally. These 2 would then have deflex, and you'd be getting tons of healing out of this team. It's a very stubborn team to get through. I myself am currently running that right now. I love it. It works great. So if your Captain America is built up enough, definitely swap him in here in place of Deathpool. That'll free your Deathpool up to go back on that New Warrior team where she is much more effective. Otherwise, this is okay. It's not a bad team, really. You know, any 1 million power team is really fantastic. I just think, you know, you got this 1 striker and 2 skirmishers. You could make her a striker, I guess. But then you'd be 1 and 1, then be 1 and 2 the other way. So I don't know. Get Deathpool out of here. Try something else. I'm gonna go with a B+ on that team. I just think you're wasting your Deathpool there. Team number 8 is the Emmarauders. We've got MLF instead of Madeline Pryor. It's a good pick for Madeline Pryor. We're finding that Madeline Pryor is very powerful, but very unnecessary. I don't think anybody should really be building Madeline Pryor unless you're flexing in war. And I think if you don't have a full Darkhold team, MLF on this team is a great place for her to go. She's a very powerful character. She can be used plug and play. She's best on her team, and that Darkhold team does great on offense. It's, you know, it's the new Infinity Watch. You can kind of nuke anything you want with it. So that would probably be a better pick, but assuming that maybe you don't have the rest of your Darkhold team fleshed out, this is a great place for her to go. Fortifier on Strife is perfect. You went gear tier 16. Tell me how that's going in Dark Dimension 5, please. I want to know. I took him into 4, and I was actually very happy with that. Let's see. Mystique doesn't suck anymore. She's a skirmisher, healer, and then a skirmisher over here. You should probably make Madeline Pryor a striker on this team. You'd have 2 skirmishers putting those vulnerables out, and then her basic is really cool. I know in Arena you want her as a skirmisher to make sure those debuffs stick, but in this war defense setup that you've got going here, I think striker would be the best pick. So I'm going to A- for that. Switch that 1 ISO on this defense. In Arena, keep it the same. Moving on to team number 9 is your Heroes for Hire. Yeah, this is great. We got Striker, Raider, Skirmisher, Fortifier, Skirmisher. This is great. A for the team. I love the placement. I love the ISOs. Everything's done right on that one. And team number 10 is your YA team. It's a full YA team. You could change places with Squirrel Girl and Kate Bishop, maybe, but it's not really necessary. Yeah, I think keeping Squirrel Girl... The only thing I can think is if you're putting Squirrel Girl on the inside, there's chance for splash damage to knock one of her adjacent companions below whatever threshold it is. I think it's like 60% or 50% or whatever, and give that speed up to Squirrel Girl. Also, the other thing I like to do, I think, okay, here's the best place. I think you should switch Echo with Squirrel Girl. That way, Squirrel Girl's getting sped up and gets to her cleanse faster. It makes it tougher when you try to ability block her with that Zemo Factor team that comes in here. She's able to shrug that off a little bit faster, so I think you should try that. That's probably the best way to go. Also, you might consider putting KDB next to America Chavez also. That way she's getting to her blind maneuver a little bit faster. These things are pretty niche. I do like Squirrel Girl adjacent to America Chavez, but other than that, it's really your choice. Who do you want on the corners? Who do you want in the middle? Stuff like that. As long as Mrs. Marvel is not on a corner, I think you're going to be doing pretty good with this team. And 1.2 million, man, you're probably getting DVs just on people making simple mistakes anyways. So if you see this team start to fold on the regular, maybe just switch up the placement a little bit and see what happens. I like this. I'm going to go A-. I would like to see Squirrel Nuts over here in place of Echo, but other than that, it's really your choice on what you want to do. Love the ISOs. This is an interesting choice, Skirmisher, but I'm seeing a lot of things work, and that Skirmisher giving her the focus boost to make sure those blinds land, that's important, so I'm not going to dock you for that one. It's probably more important than her just doing the double taps. Anyway, this has been Dubs 420's Defense Up episode. If you would like to see more of these, hit that like button down below. Subscribe for more videos. I'm trying to put out daily content for you guys. And remember, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too, and I will catch you next time. Bye.